Today we ask a big question. Why could the 2028 United States presidential election reshape global politics? The world is changing fast, and the 2028 US election might be one of the most consequential votes in modern history, not just for Americans, but for everyone. Whoever leads the world's most powerful democracy next could redraw the map of global alliances, trade, and diplomacy. Every shift in American leadership has echoed across the world. From Roosevelt's global cooperation, to Reagan's Cold War resolve, to Obama's diplomacy, and Trump's America First, each administration changed the world's balance in its own way. Now in 2028, the stakes are even higher. The world is no longer built on one superpower. We're in a multipolar era, where nations like China, India, and blocs like the European Union are rising. The US still matters, but how it leads will determine whether the next decade is one of cooperation or confrontation. Trade, technology, energy, and security are all on the ballot. A new US president could reshape global supply chains, redefine relations with China and Russia, and decide how much America engages in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. If Washington turns inward, the global economy could fracture. But if it re-engages, we might see renewed multilateralism and shared progress. Beyond policies and power, the 2028 election is also a test of democracy itself. The world will be watching how America handles division, disinformation, and institutional trust. If the system holds strong, it could inspire democracies worldwide. If it falters, it could embolden authoritarian regimes. Climate, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity. These are no longer future issues. They're now. The next US administration will set the tone for how nations regulate AI, protect digital borders, and fight the climate crisis. From renewable energy funding to global data privacy, these decisions will affect every nation, including yours. So, who are the figures that could reshape global politics in 2028? J.D. Vance, the current vice president and leading Republican candidate, represents the populist wing of the GOP, backed by Donald Trump. If he wins, expect tougher borders, stricter trade deals, and a more America First approach to global affairs. Gavin Newsom, the Democratic governor of California, stands for global cooperation, climate diplomacy, and progressive economics. Under Newsom, the U.S. could return to multilateral partnerships and stronger climate action. Then there's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, known as AOC, a voice of a new generation. Her focus on climate justice, global equality, and reforming international institutions could bring dramatic change, making the U.S. a champion of global fairness and sustainability. And Kamala Harris, the current vice president, remains a major Democratic figure. Her leadership would likely continue the Biden-era diplomatic tone, balancing global engagement with domestic priorities. Each of these figures represents a different world vision. A Vance presidency could lead to a harder, transactional global order. A Newsom or Harris presidency might rebuild trust and cooperation among allies. An AOC presidency could redefine what global leadership means, centered on equity, justice, and climate survival. And here's why this matters. Not just in Washington, but in Lagos, Nairobi, Manila, and New Delhi. America's foreign policy shapes aid, trade, technology access, and investment. It influences Africa's digital future, Asia's security balance, and the world's collective climate resilience. A shift in U.S. leadership could open new opportunities or close old doors for emerging economies like Nigeria and beyond. So as 2028 approaches, one thing is clear. This isn't just another election. It's a moment that could redefine the world order, from how we trade, to how we trust, to how we survive together on this planet. And when history looks back, it may say that the decade truly began with the votes cast in the United States in 2028. You've been listening to Just Splash News, where stories meet substance and headlines meet history. Stay tuned for more insights that connect the dots between politics, people, and the planet.